Oke guys ya, kita masuki ke game yang ketiga antara Mongolia melawan Philippines. Oke lah, wih, di sini Mongolia pakai meta blacklist ya guys ya. Dimana di situ ada my estes ya guys ya. Iya, Unigo. Gila lo guys, Unigo-nya. Oh, oke.
So looking back on the emblems of how this thing goes, there's a lot of agility here for Mongolia. They want to aid
Di sini ada season ya pakai Hayabusa lagi ya guys ya, mantap sih. Ini nggak beda jauh sih guys sama game yang pertama ya hero-nya ya. Cuma ada perbedaan di sini Requitiano dia pakai Kari guys dan Claude-nya dipakai bebek. Oke lah. Requitiano langsung flicker aja guys ya. Unigo
takes a little poke damage as well. Should be fine, no one going down just yet. But that's the thing, right? And also taking a look at the fact that you have two Purifies here from Mongolia, right? Going to be working around that. So the work for the Philippines is going to be cut out for them, especially as they get to these early objectives.
Unigo kecepit sama temboknya sendiri guys ya.
And if anything, Saison has to have a very similar game to he had in game 1. He's got to be able to build the momentum on this Hayabusa pick, right? That's the biggest thing he could do to secure themselves at least a better early game against them compared to the previous game. But I feel like this time too, OSX, we see a lot more heavy spins being utilized offensively.
Oh, look at that. Unigo receiving damage. Will he be the first blood that's been denied by Archangel now?
Aduh, Archangelnya tumbang ya.
Go down first. Mongolia takes the first blood against Philippines.
Great pickup, right? Already leading into that first turtle of the game. This should give them that advantage to go ahead and secure that. But already, you know, Archangel is going to be up, so still
menit 2 guys ya, berarti ada turtle yang pertama guys.
Right now we've got Saison just planting himself the orange buff. Could possibly just give this one up.
ZX Aura sudah mulai duluan ya guys. Udah mulai colek-colek aja guys. Yang nungguin aja 4 orang guys ya, gila. Di reset gak? Enggak di reset guys. Masih aman guys ya.
So they just give up that first turtle, which is again early death kind of leads into that, right? Like that's kind of how the cookie crumbles.
You might need to find a way, Jim Carrey, on how
I don't know. We're getting to that point, you know, it's like lunchtime, so.
So how will the cookie crumble for Philippines? Because having a loss
Unigo.
well, it's not that big of a deal in the early game, but they would really want to get in with the trades. You might want to invade camps. You might want to steal that out from Mongolia. It's what they're doing now. It's the vision that they're trying to do. With Unigo being present here, he has more chance to delay the jungle of Mongolia.
Ada estes gitu ya. Slow banget guys.
Even for Requitiano to have his own way of getting damage up against his Claude Bebex.
Yeah, and this is the scary thing though of that early kill. Because it went in the hands of Forbid, right? And Forbid, he had an amazing game the previous one.
Unigo, wild charge-nya masih disimpan ya. Nah, wild charge, nah baru juga diomongin guys.
But there's still many members here in the top side.
Wow, they're forcing out resources, ultimates out of Philippines now in a 4-man rotation. Well, this is the nature of the SS in their own lineup. Might want to even be aggressive or even passively defensive. But in this case,
ada hero yang bisa bikin momen guys ya. Si Grok sama Archangel guys kaditanya. ZX Aura, iya.
Man, right now this is a way more aggressive ZX Aura.
I know, right?
From what we saw in the previous game, right?
With having the Estes, we were talking about how a great tank would be paired up for Mongolia to go up against the Philippines. Well, the answer with purely sustained. So I say now the discipline with Saison and the members of the and having a great way of pacing themselves on what will be the right moment to strike.
Well, right now it's like I said, he's just kind of planning himself here in the Philippines jungle. Making it a hard time, right, for the rest of the crew to secure their buffs.
ZX Aura, Unigo.
The full force is here.
Iya, Unigo-nya. Waduh, iya penalti zone. Wah. Tumbang guys ya. Nah, lo tumbang lagi guys Archangel guys. Waduh. Iya. Kubabrak well sikat tadi. Aduh, Canon sekarang banget.
The lineup of Mongolia, the threat
harus hati-hati sih guys ya.
regen is just showing through this early game.
Yeah, you can see how much of a problem it is, you know, and they are going to try to trade some here. It's going to be a turtle going in the hands of Mongolia. Sayson might just try to take the purple, but great coverage here from the team members of Mongolia to allow ZX to get that turtle and then, you know, not get his buff stolen, at least for now. So still, Philippines just kind of falling behind, you know, at the 5-minute mark. It's about almost a 2K deficit that they got to work behind, but you see them just kind of scrapping, looking for anything they can. A couple first items already picked up by the majority of the members here, right? Still, we've got Archangel working for that COD, not having that just yet. Corrosion Thighs already locked in for Recutiano, also working on the next items here. Hunter Strike for Sayson, but they need a little bit more time for that power spike to happen, you know, and the fact that, too, on the other side, you have items like the Ice Queen one already locked in by Forbid, like I said,
COD udah diamankan oleh Archangel.
so it's building up, right? And objectively, it's going to be a little bit harder to
Wild
contest
charge.
that. A lot of these wild charges, too, are being committed defensively from Unigo. So
right with Tiano.
Yeah, and if you were a Grok right now, what he's doing is good, trying to gain with the vision for Sayson, and most of the times he's trying to reset. But they need to be careful. There's a heavy spin here present
Set
from
right with
Team
Tiano. Waduh,
Mongolia,
gak
but
kena
that
guys.
is the burst.
Gak kena guys ya.
Just
Not
a
gonna find
peel.
the mark.
Not going to find the mark, but Bebex, on the other hand,
Bebex.
destroys the turret. Philippines now trying to look for an exchange.
Waduh,
Sayson
Sayson.
up against Aizen.
Loh,
He
wah,
forbids him to get
diambil,
that purple
bahaya
out
sih guys kalau
to get
diambil
his
guys.
hands on.
Aizen forbids. Right?
Cannon ZX
Alongside
Aura.
Forbid as they still fight for dominance around this purple
Sumpah,
buff.
sumpah Sayson.
Just trying to grab what he can. He might try to
Jangan
wiggle his
sampai
way
diambil
back
sih guys.
towards this.
Waduh, Archangel yang malah tumbang. Unigo.
HP bars low now.
Lu, wah, masih aman.
Now Cannon tries to hold off, not to be penetrated. But that is
Lu,
a
flicker.
flicker being forced out. Sayson
Masih aman guys ya.
secures his purple. Sora too late.
Duh,
for the
ZX
steal.
Aura,
He might
waduh,
get
happy
trouble.
spin.
Has been committed.
Shadow
Now
kill.
he's gonna turn around.
Wah, terbagi-bagi guys.
Void Crystal slowing Cannon down. Now Mongolia having their
Hey,
eyes-
penalty zone plus
penalty
flicker
zone,
guys,
but
gila.
Philippines escapes around.
Cannon, waduh,
But
langsung,
Aizen
langsung
secures
tumbang
the kill.
berjamaah loh guys.
Follow up from
Wah,
Archangel,
ZX Aura
stick
tapi tumbang
soars
sih.
down. Now
Forbid.
Sayson, he tried to get in for a
Hey,
kill.
sus.
Aizen missing out the hammer down.
Iya.
Another turret takedown. 2 members out from Philippines at a trade of 1. Mongolia
Iya guys ya.
seeing openings of the lineup of Philippines going through.
Turtle terakhir
It's
guys.
just Aizen, man, he's massive, just like he was
Jangan
in the
sampai
previous
perfect
game on the
turtle sih.
Terizla.
Bahaya guys kalau mau ngeliat
what
perfect
people were
turtle ya.
expecting when they saw it for
Atau enggak
a
malah
glimpse
turtle-nya
of it
dibiarin
anyway
guys
throughout this
sampai
tournament.
ya bentar lagi
And
kan
it's
ada
the
Lord
same
ya menit
thing.
8 ya.
He's 4-0-0 now, 740 into the game. What is the answer, right? Half the time, every time that flicker is available, and sometimes when it's not available, he's still making plays with the penalty zone. So this is a great start once again in Game 3 for Mongolia here as they continue to build that goal
Cannon,
lead still
wah,
about
5 detik
3K.
lagi jadi Lord
Next
sih guys itu
turtle's
guys.
up here. They
Wah,
might just
lah
possibly
udah jadi
get
Lord sih
turtles.
harusnya.
3
1,
for 3.
2,
Philippines, they've gotta
3.
kind of collect themselves. They've gotta
Loh,
be able
belum
to
jadi
find
Lord
the
guys.
targets they're looking for. Even
Ah, ini
Archangel
loh jadi Lord
hasn't
ya.
been able to find those
Tadi kan karena
combinations,
dipok-pok
right?
ya
The
guys ya.
rough waves or the petrify, finding the
Okay.
targets because also you just have so much sustain to
Eh,
work through
Unigo?
here. So Unigo once again trying to get some vision.
They need to pierce through the defense and sustain of Mongolia. Now with the setup,
Mongolia.
we're seeing turrets being destroyed. Setup for the turtles now with Mongolia. Now Philippines still waiting for the right
Bebek.
moment to strike. Half HP onto this first Lord. Nobody near from Philippines.
Oh, bebeknya.
I think they just
Eh,
give this one
oke.
up.
Ya,
They
nggak
can't even
nggak
contest
mau
it,
kontes
right?
ya guys
And
ya.
just the disparity in
Nah,
terms of,
free Lord guys.
it's not even so much of a massive gold lead, right? It is now about 3K still, 3.5. But it's more so like, how do we get through this
Blowing one udah
sustainability? Because
diamankan
they
oleh
don't have the
Forbid.
tools they need right now in terms of items, right, to burst through things. Archangel might be able to find one pickoff. Better yet if he can get Ethan down, but it's been relatively difficult for him to do that. So now, with the first Lord already secured here by Mongolia, it's up to the Philippines to defend against this, right? In terms of defense, in terms of high ground defense, they don't have the best clear in the world, right? It's nothing like, for example, if they had a Farser or something, they would have to utilize a lot of their ultimates to clear things out here. So they've got the work cut out for them as they just try to scramble together here and get ready for this Lord March.
They're so aggressive. Most of the orange and purple showing up, they're just there. Ready to contest, ready to force out. Mongolia here is just really having a good time holding off Philippines and taking out of those resources in their hands.
Santai guys.
Gotta be careful for Aizen though. Ultimate and Flicker is up for possible setups.
Oke, Lordnya lo dari atas ya.
As well.
Unigo. Wah iya. Iya. Gelo sih guys ya.
But force out an ultimate out from Forbid. No RWM though.
Cannon.
Cannon evades that heavy spin with the flicker.
Wah,
Half
gelo sih guys ya.
the bottom as well. Clear coming from Saison. Okay, this is the macro prowess again we're talking about. Is this when the time is Philippines going to strike here? Because looking at all the damage that he has, they have the Clock of Destiny, they have the GS1 now for Archangel. So will this be the burst that you're talking about? Is this enough now for Mongolia?
No, I think they still need more time. You know, we're only at 10.5 minutes into the game, but still it's at that transition. Like I said, usually the Philippines is the one shining here, that mid to late game transition. But right now, Mongolia, very similar to what we saw in the second game, they are just pressing on the gas and not letting up at all, taking as much as they can from the Philippines as well. And it's really difficult to play around that because, you know, at the same time, yes, might be able to push some of these lanes, but relatively, you don't want to be caught in fighting 5 versus 4, especially with an Estes, right? Ethan is just going to continue to heal up his team. He is the main issue here for Philippines. And right now, even looking at the items, you know, you saw there,
sudah
they don't
diamankan
have
oleh
exactly
Requitiano
enough burst just yet. Maybe in another 5 minutes, they'll be a little bit closer there. But that's why you see them really just trying to avoid some of these fights, get what kind of gold and XP you can, and hope that you can actually stand toe-to-toe against Mongolia as the game goes on. But it might be even better if Philippines either looks to punish a mistake from Mongolia before the next Lord comes up, or they possibly give it away and try to defend again. But even looking at the damage leaderboard, it's tough, right? Cannon's the top for Philippines, and that's, you know, that's bad news when that's the case.
In the middle of 4 from Mongolia. Will they need to contest this? They have the Malefic Core present. Look at that. Throwing out shurikens, trying to poke in. Members of Mongolia, domain of the Moon Goddess being showed there. Holding on and slowing down Philippines trying to re-enter this pit.
Okay, right now, buff going to be secured here, still getting in position. Could be in trouble. Eisen.
Light wheel marks will connect to Eisen. Will the damage be enough? Now, that is Cannon. Trying to look for something to taunt here on the side of Mongolia. Meanwhile, 5 members present, 5 members ready to get this one.
ZX Aura yang dapat guys. Gelo ya.
Receiving the light wheel mark, taking down Eisen. Finally gonna kill
Oke, waduh.
That's a double for Station, is going well.
Archangel tumbang.
Shadow kill
Edoner tumbang. Unigo bebek tipis. Nah. Forbid. Wah, sekalian sih guys itu guys. Nah, kan. Nah. Tinggal ZX Aura doang guys ya. Loh. Gak jadi recall guys. Iya. Oh, loh, malah Saisonnya tumbang guys. Aduh. Oke. Iya, wah recallnya keren sih guys ya. Lordnya jangan sampai sentuh turretnya ya guys ya. Soalnya itu sekalinya di-charge kan itu udah Lord level 2 guys ya. Sekalinya nge-charge bisa jadi tumbang juga guys itu guys. Ya, kalian bisa lihat ya replaynya. Nah. Penalty zone.
The blessing of the Moon Goddess out from Ethan, and then they turned around. It was a push and pull between both teams. As Saison goes in, gets a couple kills as well. They get the call to keep fighting because they had the position they needed. They knew Ethan was down. The problem too here was ZXora still quite deadly on the Sakai, right? And ends up eventually killing Saison too.
Loh, Saison ini loh guys. Dah. Ada juara dunia guys. Aduh. Ya juara dunia juga manusia guys ya. Kalkulasinya agak kurang guys tadi guys. Tapi OP lah itu guys Saison guys. Nah, lo jangan sampai lagi nanti bikin judul dan terjadi lagi guys malah guys ya. Nah, ini buat itemnya guys. Oke, dari Hayabusa, Silver, Hunter Strike, Malefic. Iya, dari Cloud, DAS, Golden Staff, WON, Corruption Sight. Satu lagi itu kalau nggak salah nanti Malefic Roar sih guys ya. Kalau nggak, apa guys? Kalau nggak Malefic Roar guys. Kelihatannya Malefic Roar sih. WOD bisa juga ya. Soalnya itu juga bisa mengarah ke WOD juga. Tapi sih menurut gua Malefic Roar sih.
Yeah, that's a good item pickup though. The Rose Gold Meteor up against Mongolia. You have 2.
Cannon, Walsers, dapat 2 guys. Penalty zone. Wah, Forbid sekarang. ZX Aura lah. Tumbang guys. Dibalikin ya. Iya, Archangel. Aduh, tumbang coy. Ini Archangel kelihatannya nggak hero powernya ya guys ya.
23 seconds for the Lord with a trade of 1-1.
Okay, it's a 1-for-1 like you mentioned, right? But the jungler went down here. He's going to be up just about the time, a little bit late that this Lord comes
10
up.
detik lagi guys menuju ke Lord yang ketiga ya.
Go for this Lord and
nah kan malah Victor kan bener kan ya. Wall charge. Wah ada healingan guys, ada doling guys, dokter keliling. Edanary, nah dokternya tumbang ya. Bye back. Oke lah.
Dropping down HP bars here for the members of for the Philippines. Recadiano securing the cams as well. Mongolia's eyeing to get this and contest this Lord.
Season kedok. Aduh.
DX as well.
Eisen holding it down. They're still going to be working on him. He's got a penalty
zone nggak kena guys. Ya memang untuk defensive aja ya.
Reset though, as both teams try to find their space to work with around this objective. It's a crucial point. 16 minutes in. It's about even in terms of economy now. The Philippines have worked from that gap they had.
Konsil. Wall charge dapat 2. Wah, itulah terbang 3 loh. Wah, gila sih. Wah, keren sih guys. Nah, ZX Aura. Unigo tipis, bebek jangan. Waduh, saya dapat sih guys ya. Gila sih guys. Tadi terbang 3 loh guys. GG sih.
16 minutes in.
That is tough, and that was a decisive action from the
Philippines.
Used to conceal the wild charge combination. They knew that Mongolia was trying to form up a
play
there
dari tengah ya.
Get to at least the Lord to contest it.
Winter Crunch udah diamankan oleh Eternal.
The penalty zone had to be used defensively, so you lose a massive part of your component with this composition that Mongolia has. Take a look at the replay.
Terbang 1, 2, 3 loh guys. Gila. Trofeinya pas banget juga.
Just unleashing freely, right? And that's a big problem, especially now you're seeing this carry online.
Bisa end sih, kelihatannya kok agak sulit ya kelihatannya ya.
Cannon trying to taunt one Lord with the push, destroying.
Apalagi masih 5 versus 5 cuy.
In mid in Mongolia. This is now the story. This is now the question. Who is going to go down?
Ini soalnya penentuan cuy, siapa yang bakalan ke grand final dulu dan siapa yang bakalan turun ke lower ya melawan Cambodia guys. Burun Egg Flash, teman-temannya Cema.
Ready to deflect damage against Bebex.
Okay, we still can't count out too the fact that Mongolia has the tools they need to initiate a fight if they want to. Biggest thing at this point in the game is you start to have to consider these immortalities popping up and what that does to your strategy in terms of initiating fights or even playing defensively. As we take a look at the damage leaderboard too, it's shifted a little bit, right? Cannon isn't at the top anymore for Philippines. Requitiano is online. He's ready to go. The main point for him too is positioning. If Mongolia can somehow get to Requitiano, take care of him, and get him out of the picture, then the Philippines loses a ton of damage available to them, right? They really do want to get this carry down. And on the other hand, you have Bebex. Bebex should have the ability to turn the tide of a lot of these fights, and they're going to be clumped up together.
Sora.
Obviously, the Ube strat, hold on.
That is the taunt from Cannon. They're really checking their bushes now. Look at that.
Season. Apa kabar guys? Archangel. Waduh. Wah ini guys. Perang. Requitiano. Oke. Requitiano. Langsung beli immortal guys. GG sih. Lah. Lu Archangel tumbang guys. Dah. Tumbang Forbid. Nah lu. Tinggal 3 lo guys. 3 lawan 4 guys. Apakah mau di-push aja? Atau nunggu Lord guys?
So that's the green light. Philippines able to just go ahead and possibly set up for another Lord take here. It's going to be a little bit before Ethan and Forbid are up, but just in time for that fight. Meanwhile, you see pressure being put on the top and the bottom, all lining up.
Hati-hati loh, iya Tuhan, itu mapnya, tolong, iya Tuhan, mapnya bro. Bawah bro, bawah. Woi, astaga bawahnya, ya Allah. GG guys. Aduh, N-nya malah di luar Nahila ya guys ya. Aduh, gue pikir akan Lord guys ya. Wah, GG guys ya. Congrats Philippines ya, masuk ke grand final duluan guys. GG guys ya. Oke lah, kita next ke match lower bracket ya antara Kambodia melawan Mongolia guys ya. GG guys ya. Nah, bye bye.